What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Those both go a long way to help me out. As well as always, let me know where you're coming from. If you're coming from Instagram, let me know down in the comment sections. And if you guys aren't following us on Instagram, go follow us at the game room __. That's where the bulk of our community lives. And we're trying to grow here on YouTube as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Guys, in today's video, we're gonna be rating your guys' setups that were sent to me. I'm gonna give my opinion, maybe some things you can improve on. Maybe some things that you might want to think about adding, maybe some things you might want to think about reorganizing, stuff like that. And we're gonna give it a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, you know, the craziest setup I've ever seen. 1 being, this is terrible, you might as well not even have one. But there's always room for improvement, so that's basically what we're gonna get out of this. Or if you're looking for some setup inspiration, this video could be for you as well. But yeah, so let's hop right into this. So the first setup on today's list that we're going to look at is at Autodealelir.ir on Instagram. He sent me his gaming setup, and so let's take a look at it here. I'm going to throw out the part list so you can see everything that I'm seeing. He's got an Intel i7 8700 MSI RX 5700 XT. That is the graphics card with the Asus BS360 Pro as the motherboard. He's got a Razer mouse, didn't specific mouse. He's got a 2 terabyte hard drive with a 1 terabyte SSD with plenty of storage, and about 16 gigabytes of RAM. So this is quite a build here he's got here, and I really like the design. He has a little bit of a personal touch with a little action figure inside and the RGB case fans. He has the nano leafs on top as well as the hexagon wall shelves, and I really like those a lot. That's something that's been featured on our Instagram quite a bit, and I would really like to point out his personal touches that he has here with the different action figures in the car and such. I really like that as well. Maybe something to improve on would be think about getting a little bit of a bigger desk and adding another monitor, whether that is, you know, having one on the side as a vertical monitor, or just 2 dual monitors, or even stacking the monitors. I think that'd be kind of cool. There's a little bit of cables hanging out in the back, as you can see, but overall, I would say this is a pretty solid setup. But like I said, we're going to be rating each setup on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give this setup probably a 6.5. It's solid, but I'm going to make 10s hard, and I'm going to make 10s very hard to achieve. But I do think there's room for improvement, but I would say this is a very, overall, this setup is very nice, and you should be proud of it for sure. So up next, we're looking at Donno.vb. This is a laptop setup. It's dual monitor, which I really like. He did say he's waiting for a new console, and he's trying to look into getting a PC, which would be really cool. But for a laptop setup, this actually blows me away, how much stuff he can run on this laptop. I don't know if this laptop is running these double monitors well or not, or anything like that, but I do think it's cool that how he has it set up. He has plenty of space. I really love that on the desk. It's a huge area for his mouse. I like that a lot. Looking at some of his other pictures here, I like the LED lights on the top with the custom posters, or the personalized posters I should say. The background is super cool. I love that as a personal touch. He also has a gaming chair, which is always a bonus. I'm not seeing a ton of loose cables, so I would say his cable management is solid. I would also like to point out that I like how the vertical and the horizontal monitor, but that's kind of just me. That's kind of a personal thing I really liked a lot. Some room for improvement. The desk is a little small. I mean, that's not always the easiest thing to improve. It feels like you're a little bit tucked away in the corner, which has its benefits too, because it's a lot easier to hide cables, and I can respect that. But yeah, so overall, this setup I'd probably give, right now I'll give you a 5.5. I would really like to see this setup once you get the new console and the PS5, or the new Xbox, whatever one you're looking at. I'd love to see you I'd love to see your setup with that. I'd also like to see what kind of build you come back with, because your setup has a ton of potential. For a laptop setup, it has it's already a lot better than most PC setups, so I really like it. Great job. And moving on to the next setup. TygoBrink 12, your setup is up next. and we're gonna start out with looking at your parts list here. You got an IKEA millberget chair. You got a Corsair K68 with the red switch, with the cherry red switches. You got the mouse is your Corsair Harpoon. You got some Logitech speakers, MSI optix G2 7C4 27-inch curved monitor. You have a thrustmaster T300RS GT steering wheel, which is super cool. Looking at some of your computer specs, let's look at your graphics card. You got a NVIDIA GTX 1650, the 4GB. You have a 1 terabyte hard drive and a 240 gigabyte SSD, which is something I really like to see. You got standard cooling with an Intel Core i5-9600K, 6 cores. Yeah, so I would say you have a pretty solid PC here. You have a very nice monitor. I like that a lot, with good peripherals. I really like your background you have. That toast is it's pretty swaggy. I like that a lot. I really like the mic arm as a touch. It's super nice. I have one as well, as you guys can see. It's one of my favorite products that you can add to your setup to really enhance the aesthetic. I like it a ton, and they're really not that expensive too, so go check those out. I like the Corsair, like I said, I like the Corsair peripherals. The steering wheel, as you can see right there. I do like the IKEA those plants as a nice touch. I like that a lot. And I really like this case. I really like this case a lot. Good touch. I like overall. Let me look at one of these pictures a little farther out. So overall, I would say, what I really like is that little understorage for your desk right there. That's super nice. You have a few cables hanging out, as I can see, but overall your cable management is pretty solid. I like it a lot. There's not a whole lot I would add here. I really actually like the vibe of the single monitor setup here. I think it fits. I think it looks really nice, especially because it's that big 27-inch monitor. So I wouldn't necessarily say add another monitor. There's not a whole lot here I would add. Maybe some things on the walls. Your walls look a little bland. Maybe look at some nanoleafs or some hexagon nanoleaf lights. If you save up for those are a little more on the expensive side, but they make the room so much nicer. I don't know if you have some LED strips. I didn't get to see at the nighttime. If you do, let me know in the comment section, because that's kind of a question I have for you. But overall, I'd probably give this setup, because it does have a personal touch, and I like it a lot. I'd give this setup probably a 7. I like this setup a lot. So last up on today's video, we're going to be looking at IzUw. We're going to look at his setup. I was actually kind of blown away when I first saw his setup, because this is a setup that has a little bit of money in it. You can just definitely tell. Looking at the parts list, he's got a Ryzen 5 2600 with an RTX 2060, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, 256 gigabyte SSD, backed up with 2 terabyte hard drive. He's rocking the ASRock A320M motherboard with a 550 watt power supply. He has a TechWare VXR case painted orange with 6 RGB case fans and an RGB strip with a graphics card mounting bracket. He has 2 Acer monitors, and he has TechWare Phantom RGB mechanical keyboard with modified keycaps and brown switches. He has a TechWare Vector Pro mouse, and then Logitech speakers with some Bose SoundLink headphones. So as you can see, there's quite an impressive parts list here, and if you look at that case, it is absolutely, that PC, I'm sorry, it's absolutely beautiful. He even has a laptop there as well. So moving over to look at some of his other pictures here, I do like the double monitors. It's super nice. Maybe thinking about turning one of those vertical with the personal touch. I like it a lot though. As you can see, you got the LED strips. I'm not seeing a ton of loose cables. I am seeing a little bit of clutter with the calculator and stuff on the desk. Maybe clean that off if you can, or if you have another side table, put that on. I like the RGB mousepad. Those are super cheap, and they make, like, for the value they bring, it's very good bang for your buck. They're only like $20, so go check those out. And looking here at this PC, it's absolutely beautiful. You can see those 6 case fans really light up that case. I love that. I love that a lot. Looking here at the corner, the L-shaped desk, that is impressive. I like that a ton. I didn't even see that in the first couple pictures. So that means you have a lot more space than I initially thought. Oh, it looks really nice, all lit up right there. I like the LEDs in the case, I like that a lot. And your mouse and keyboard look really clean in this picture from the side. And once again, I like the laptop stand you have there. The laptop stand is a nice touch. Maybe if you can think about mounting that on your monitor mount, that might be something cool. If you have like an arm swing out, maybe something to look into. But yeah, not a whole lot here I would add. I would say you got your bases covered on pretty much everything you need. Maybe move some of the clutter over across to the other L side, just to free up some space. I don't know if you usually keep that stuff there or not, but I really like that. Maybe also add some posters on top if you can. Posters are a super cool thing to add to your setup because they're very affordable and they add a personal touch, which is something I really like to do, and I'm going to be doing here in the future for my personal setup. So I like this a lot. I'm gonna give this a rating of, I'd give this we'll do 7.75. I don't think it's quite an 8, but I don't think it's a 7.5. So we'll do 7.75. This is the highest rating on today's video. So IZ_YA, you win this week as the best setup. But if you guys had your setup featured, you should be honored because all your guys' setups are super cool. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for them down in the comments section, or if you guys just think my ratings are bad and you want to put your own personal ratings, leave them down below as well. Get a nice little conversation going. I do respond to every single comment, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. Like this video, it goes a long way to help me out, and I'll see you in the next video.